This is a greater glider. There are only 50,000 left in the wild, and although that sounds like a lot, their population has decreased by 80% in just 20 years. This, of course, is a koala. There are as little as 38,000 koalas left in the wild. Koala populations have dropped 30% in 3 years. And sadly, koalas are predicted to be extinct in the wild in New South Wales by 2050. This is a bilby. There are less than 10,000 left in the wild, mainly due to introduced species such as feral cats and foxes. Thought to be extinct until they were rediscovered in the 1960s, the Pygmy possum is Australia's only hibernating marsupial, and there are less than 2,000 left in the wild, mainly due to habitat loss and reduction of their key food, the Bong moth. This is a leadbeater's possum. There are less than 2,000 left in the wild, and they are at risk of going extinct by 2050 due to habitat loss, especially the loss of hollow-bearing trees. This little guy is a spotted tree frog. There are less than 1,000 left in the wild. One of their biggest threats is chytridiomycosis, which is a fungus disease. This species is only present in 8 of its original 14 populations. Introducing the swift parrot. There are less than 300 left in the wild, mainly due to the clearing of quality breeding and foraging habitats, along with climate change. This spunky dude is a helmeted honeyeater, and there are less than 170 left in the wild. Its numbers have contracted dramatically after historic land clearing and climate change. The eastern barred bandicoot were declared extinct in the wild on mainland Australia in 2013. But since then, scientists have released 67 eastern barred bandicoots to Phillip Island, and they are now spread from one end of the island to the other. This little cutie is a Smoky Mouse, and there are less than 100 in the wild. They mainly eat fungus, berries and Bong moths, but due to habitat loss, all the food is now scarce. This is a rock wallaby, and there are believed to be less than 60 left in the wild. Their main threats are introduced species such as feral cats and foxes, as well as climate change and habitat loss. This colourful fella is an orange-bellied parrot, and there could be as little as 50 remaining in the wild. They are one of 3 species of parrot that actually migrate. Even after major conservation efforts, the orange-bellied parrot is looking to be extinct by the mid-2020s. Last but definitely not least, we have the Corroboree frog. These are poisonous, ground-dwelling frogs, and there are believed to be less than 30 adult wild frogs left. Again, one of their biggest threats is chytridiomycosis, habitat loss and climate change. What you're seeing now is a list of Australian wildlife that has already gone extinct. One of the many things that all of these animals have in common is habitat loss. We need to do better, Australia.